I struggle with it because obviously, I get a lot of hate online, stuff like that. So when someone's going through something, I don't have any enemies. I don't. Yeah. So with Dana, people always think we have issues. We don't. That's in the past. He's doing good. I'm doing good. So when this stuff came, a lot of people in my mentions, emails, I can't wait to see your take on this. Finally can light this guy up. I'm like, oh, you haven't been paying attention. I don't dogpile. I don't see anybody get canceled. He has a wife and kids, clearly has a wife and kids. It's not what I do. What I do know is people make mistakes. I know that for a fact. I have friends who've made some mistakes, and I believe in a comeback story. I also don't think one situation at a Senior Frogs in Cancun or wherever he was at defines Dana White, but there has to be some sort of repercussions there. 100%, you can't put your hands on your women. Even if they hit you first, I don't care. I didn't know how to kind of take it in. I didn't know how to digest it. I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. And a part of me is like, I don't want to see, like, people are calling for him to lose his job. I'm like, that's not the answer.
Yeah.
That can't be the answer. Like, I don't vouch for him or defend him. And as he said, don't defend him. They're going to do what they want with Dana, and I have no control over that. But what I do think, that my takeaway was, how powerful is Dana White? You can tell, Fox and ESPN, they've been mum on it, which I was surprised, especially in this current climate. But it just shows you how powerful he is. It's like, oh, that, and it has nothing to do with me. He doesn't control anything I do. I was just like, oh wow, that's intense. How powerful that guy is.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, and I haven't gotten Rogan's take on it, but you gotta be careful with Rogan too, right? He comes from a family of, he's seen domestic violence, his mom being punched in the face, so I'm sure he feels a certain type of way about it. But you guys are so close to the flame. I'm not. I'm all the way out here. It has to. Well, you have to wake up and just be like, oh damn.
No, it's hard.
It's a lot.
Right?
Like you don't. And I'm not even trying to put you on the spot. You don't have to answer.
No,
you know
it's
me,
okay.
like, we're boys. I love the fuck out of you. So it's like, I wasn't even going to bring it up. It's just, it's an elephant in the room, kind of.
No, and it's a tricky thing, right?
Yeah,
As
I don't
the lead
know.
play-by-play voice for the UFC,
there.
it's like, I don't know what people necessarily want me to do, right? So we thought about on our podcast, maybe we'll read Dana's quotes and then have a quick reaction. Nobody's going to defend a man putting a hand on a woman. In terms of the punishment and the repercussion, I don't think a 60-day suspension solves anything. No. But certainly a philanthropic individual, like, people don't understand just how philanthropic Dana White is. Like, he doesn't publicize the goodwill he does. So I think for him, trying to affect change in that world, whether it's sitting down with people who have been involved in those situations or making a contribution to women who have dealt with something like this, like, yes, you can affect change in that area. But I do believe that, not unlike for me with the custody battle thing, really a valuable lesson for me to learn. That's something I'm going to be dealing with for the rest of my broadcasting career. Well, I mean, bro, we're 3 years removed. Go to my mentions right now. Like, there's a custody battle mentioned today.
That might be the narrative on social media. But when you walk down the street, trust me, dude, most people are like, holy shit, there's Jon Anik, the greatest, commentator in combat sports. No one's like, man, you remember that one time on that undercard he talked about custody? Never.
I appreciate your support, and you've had my back for 15 years now. And obviously, Rogan's public support certainly helps me.
He called you the greatest commentator in combat sports.
But I do have a clause in my contract that they can fire me without cause at any time. And that's sort of unique for sports broadcasters. Like, when I signed an ESPN contract, the whole deal's guaranteed.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
But I'm not fearful of losing my job, but I really do have my head to the pavement, like, feeling like I have to earn it every show. Because one thing I think we all know about Dana White is that if I have a few bad shows in a row, like, he won't hesitate to get rid of me. Like, I need to earn that fucking seat. Well,
you think still?
I need to earn that seat.
Yeah.
And
I think you had some leeway now.
Well, and certainly having...
I'm like, you have some nerve.
Obviously, there was a time when Dana talked about this dream team, and there were rumors that, Mario Lopez was going to come in, and, here I am, the number 2 guy, being elevated to the number 1 guy, and then I got to hear about this dream team, of which, in theory, I'm not a part. I feel like I've distanced myself from that.
What was the dream team? Mario?
I don't know what the dream team was. I don't think I was a part of it, but I feel like, humbly, I've distanced myself from that conversation.
Oh, you're the dream team, dude.
It sounds trite, but, like, I've stayed true to, like, what got me to the dance, which is just hard work, preparation, and just sort of tuning out the noise, right? And, Dana and I have never been in a better place than we are right now, but he certainly rode me pretty good when I started, right? He told me that there were going to be a lot of people who just fell off of my support bandwagon, and he was absolutely right about that. He said my haters were going to go through the roof, and initially that's exactly what happened. But he said, we're not hiring you to be Goldie or Joe, we're hiring you to be yourself.
Yes.
But he had heard 2 voices call every UFC fight for 15, 20 years. So then all of a sudden, Ken Flo and I are calling that fight in Nashville, and he's in the back. Like, that's an adjustment for him and MMA fans around the world. And I think now, 11, 12 years in, I feel like he's comfortable.
Dude, there's no UFC without Jon Anik. Like, you're irreplaceable, man.